Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well. So today I thought I'd share some little secret tips with you guys. I have recently transitioned from a full-time working mom outside of the house to now a stay-at-home mom who also works part-time from home. And the transition wasn't easy. There was a lot of adjustment to do and it was actually kind of hard for me. But there are 3 tips that I, by trial and error, have come to put into my morning routine that I feel helps me keep my sanity a little bit throughout the day, if that's even possible, but at least it helps my morning not be so chaotic, and it personally just helps me. So I thought I'd sit down and share those tips with you guys. Tip number 1, I don't let my kids be my alarm clock. Now, that probably is really hard for some people, also depending on the age of your kids. I have a 1-year-old and a 2.5-year-old, and I did do a sleep training with both of my kids. I did the same system with both of them, and they were both sleeping through the night between that 4 or 5 month range. And also because given our schedule previously where my husband and I both worked outside of the house, 7 a.m. was start time for my kids. So our day with the kids didn't start until 7 a.m. and I've kept it that way. So I think part of the sleep training has probably helped with this. So with that, 7 a.m. is start time for my kids. So I make sure that I'm up before 7 and I have a cup of coffee. Some days I get up at 5 o'clock to start work. But my kids probably start to wake up around 6:30, but they don't get out of bed until 7. It's easier with my son because he has a crib and he can't get out himself. But I do have one of those toys that hangs on the side of the crib, so usually about 6:30 he starts to roll around. He'll lay there for a little bit. Sometimes he just goes back to sleep. He'll play with his blanket or he'll play with the little toy, but he kind of just chills until 7, until it's time to get me. And he must have an internal clock because about when 7 comes, he starts to get a little cranky and it's like, okay, Mom, I'm ready now. My daughter, who's 2.5, she has a big girl bed. So there are some mornings if she hears me out in the kitchen or something, she'll come to the door. Actually, she'll get to the bottom of the door and she'll say, "Anybody out there?" And it's actually the cutest thing ever. But I'll just go into her room, I'll open the door and I'll say, "Honey, it's not time to get up yet." And she is potty trained, but she wears a diaper at night. So sometimes she's just like, "I want the diaper off." So sometimes I'll take her diaper off, I'll put some underwear on her, I'll give her a cup of milk, and I'll just have her go back in her bed. Sometimes I'll dim the light so she can play in her bed. But for the most part, there is no fight from her. I tell her it's not time to get up yet, and I just let her hang out in her room until 7, and she does perfectly fine. So with that, it makes it easier for the fact my kids aren't my alarm clock. When I first transitioned to be staying at home, sometimes I would stay in bed until 7 o'clock, and I find that like if I'm jolted out of bed, having to all of a sudden meet all of their needs and wake up myself, I was stressed, I was short with them, I was cranky, and it was not a good start to my day. So I make sure I get up. Again, sometimes I'm up at 5 so I could work a few hours before they get up. Sometimes I just wake up and I lay in my bed and play on my phone until 7. Or I'll just get up, have a cup of coffee, and just relax in the living room until 7 o'clock. But that has been probably out of all of the tips, my number 1 top tip is don't let your kids be your alarm clock if that's possible. Or work to the point where you do some sort of sleep thing with them. I mean, there are some fun things where there's like clocks that you can put in your kids' room where you can set where it's like 7 o'clock is wake up time and like the clock will change. So it would be like, it'll look like it's dark out and then the sun will rise on the clock, and then you can kind of teach your kids, you can't leave your room until the sun comes up, and that will help train them to stay in their room and be able to look at the clock and see, oh, it's not time to get up yet. Oh, look at the sun is up on my clock, I can leave my room now. Which is something I probably would like to introduce to Lily, but right now our system works. She comes to the door, I say it's not time yet, and then she just kind of stays back in her room. But yeah, my number 1 utmost tip is don't let them be your alarm clock. Second thing that I've done with Lily is I have established a morning play in her room by herself time. So usually we'll get up, we will all have breakfast together, we'll hang out together, and come like 8:39, it's time for Max to go down for his morning nap. So I at least establish about 45 to 30 minutes of Lily playing in her room by herself. Now, depending on what that day holds, depends on what I'm doing at that time. I may go back and work some more on the computer. I may be cleaning up for lunch. I may be getting ready for the day. But whatever I'm doing, I'm not having a constant toddler saying, "Mommy, Mommy, can I have a snack? Mommy, can I play with you? Mommy, can I show you this? Mommy, can you come here? Mommy, can I watch this?" It's like, no. you go in your room and you play by yourself. Now at first it was a little bit hard because we worked full time, and on the weekends we were always doing stuff together, so she never got that independent play in her room, so it was more like she wanted to come out and I had to tell her to go back. But once you're consistent with it and steady with it, it really works, and she'll just go in there and play by herself, and I can get stuff done that I need to, like I said, whether it's working, getting ready, showering, getting ready for the day, doing chores in the house, cleaning up the kitchen. I'm just able to do it and get it done during that short morning nap of Max's, and then once Max is up, we're back together and we move on with our day. The last and final tip that I have for you that has helped me is I get ready for the day in some way or form. Depending on what I'm doing that day depends on what getting ready means. If it's a day that I'm recording or I'm going somewhere, I like to do a full face makeup, get my hair done, and just be put together that day. If it's a day I'm just hanging out the house and doing chores, then I don't do so much. So this look today is if I'm recording, I normally would do more, but this I did as an example to show you that days that I'm not really leaving the house or doing much, this is kind of what I do. I just have either a tinted moisturizer or a CC cream on, some blush, some mascara, a little bit of eye stuff if I want, and then I just kind of throw my hair up. But I like to get ready, I like to feel somewhat put together, and this honestly helps me feel a little bit more productive and a little bit more like, okay, I can conquer the day. And this way, if something changes in my day where all of a sudden I have to run out and do something, or someone calls last minute and want to get together for a play date, I'm not like rushing to hurry and get ready where I have kids running around. I have already put myself together for that day, and I usually will do that somewhat in that morning nap time when Max is napping and she's playing. I will find 30 minutes to get ready, or I'll find 10 minutes to get ready, but at some point I am put together for the day. So those 3 things have really helped me kind of jumpstart my day and not feel so chaotic and stressed and so short with my kids. I find, again, if they're waking me up, if I'm trying to focus on doing things but they're nagging at me, I just snap really easy with them, and I don't want to do that. So I found when I am snapping with them, what can I do to fix that? And these were kind of some of those tips that helped me. So I hope these tips help you guys kind of jumpstart your morning and not feel so chaotic. If you guys enjoyed this, give this video a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, my name is Jennifer, welcome. And if you like videos like these, go ahead and hit subscribe, check out some of my other videos, and comment below and say hi. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!